Hello viewers, good day to you all. Welcome to the video class. Let's discuss about origin of the life. Origin of life and organic evolution. Origin of the life. This word it is very interesting because in biology we study the origin of the life and organic evolution. How exactly the life was originated upon this planet Earth. What are the different hypotheses and the theories to explain the origin of the life? There are many hypotheses, there are many theories regarding the origin of the life and organic evolution. As such, the origin of the life is concerned. Ever since the man who was appeared upon this planet Earth, he was thinking about how and when was, where was the life originated upon this planet Earth. So we have only to some extent means what? To some extent, man has become successful in knowing the origin of the life upon this planet Earth. But there is no a single theory which explain how exactly the life was originated upon this planet Earth. Of course, the theory of chemical evolution, which gives us an idea about the origin of the life and the organic evolution, origin of the life, it is accepted by the many scientists worldwide. Other than that, it has also some the drawbacks. It has also some of the limitations. The origin of the life, it is very the great concept in the biology. There are many theories. Let's discuss one by one. The theory of a special creation. The theory of special creation. Theory of special creation. Theory of special creation. This is one of the theory which explain how was the life originated upon this planet Earth, and who was, when was, where was it was created. The major religions of the world, they have the strong belief in God. According to this theory, it is the divine God, Almighty God, the God, supernatural power, the God has created the life upon this planet Earth. This is the theory of a special creation. Different religions, according to Hindu mythology, the creator, God Brahma, created all the living beings upon this planet Earth from the parts of his body, different parts of his body. And according to Christianity, Adam and Eve were the human beings. Adam, the first man, Eve, the woman, appeared upon this planet Earth. Adam appeared and formed from the clay, and Eve formed from the 12th rib of the Adam. This is the origin of this is about the origin of the life upon this planet Earth according to the Christianity. In the Bible of the chapter Genesis gives us an idea about the origin of the life. And the different religions of the world, they have different ideas regarding the origin of the life upon the planet Earth itself. Anyhow, the theory of a special creation gives us an idea. It is the supernatural power, the Almighty God, who has created almost the variety of all the different forms of the life upon the planet Earth. This is the theory of special creation. Then there is another theory known as cosmozoic theory. Cosmozoic theory. The second theory regarding the origin of the life and the organic evolution. Cosmozoic theory. Cosmozoic theory. Cosmozoic theory. This theory is another theory which also explained to some extent. It gives us an idea that cosmozoa, which struck the planet Earth from a distant planet, from outer space, the cosmozoa is responsible for the formation of the number of the different species of the living beings upon this planet Earth. This is the theory of the panspermia, also termed as cosmozoic theory. The theory of panspermia. Panspermia. According to the Greek thinkers, the philosophers in ancient days, even today, they believe that the panspermia, that is life spores from the outer space. Panspermia means what? The life spores from the outer space accidentally it struck the surface of the planet Earth, and gradually over the period of the time, under favorable conditions, these panspermia, that is the life spores, they become responsible for the origin of the life upon the planet Earth. That is this theory, the cosmozoic theory. It is supported and revived by the Richter in 1865. It was Richter who actually considered to be as one of the person. The Richter proposed the theory of the panspermia, also termed as cosmozoic theory. Then it was supported by the Arrhenius. The Richter and Arrhenius, they explain the theory of panspermia. Panspermia means what? The life spores from the outer space, when they struck the planet Earth under favorable conditions, they evolved, they originate and evolved the different species of the living organisms upon this planet Earth. This is the another theory of the origin of the life. Let's move to study at another theory, that is the theory of directed panspermia. The theory of panspermia, directed panspermia, directed panspermia, directed panspermia. The famous and one of the great, the Nobel laureate Francis Crick and Leslie Orgel, they proposed the theory of directed panspermia. According to this theory, there are civilizations at advanced stages in some other planets of our galaxy. The inhabitants of such a planet, inhabitants of one such a planet, they have decided to experiment upon this planet Earth, and they directed the panspermia on this planet Earth, and when they experiment upon this planet Earth, when they transfer the panspermia from the other planet, it is these panspermia originated and it has become responsible for the formation of the different life upon this planet Earth. This is the theory known as the theory of directed panspermia. The theory of directed panspermia proposed by Francis Crick and also supported by the Leslie Orgel. This theory have some strong opinion that there is only one the single genetic code in all the living beings. The presence of the only one single genetic code in all the different forms of the life, it supports the theory of directed panspermia. And other than that, the presence of molybdenium within the body cells of all the different living beings also considered to be as an one of the other supportive the aspect of the theory of the directed panspermia proposed by the Francis Crick and the Leslie. At another theory is, let's move to study the another theory, the theory known as the theory of abiogenesis. Theory of abiogenesis. Theory of abiogenesis, which is also known as the spontaneous creation. The theory of spontaneous creation. Spontaneous creation. Spontaneous creation. number of the Greek philosophers, the ancient Greek philosophers, and even the modern the philosophers and the thinkers, they have a strong opinion that the life was originated upon this planet Earth from some billions years ago from some non-living things. They urge that uh, the the materials or the air, soil, water, the sunlight, and the earth have active principles. These non-living things, they are responsible for the formation of the life. The theory, that is the theory of spontaneous generation of the living organisms from the non-living inanimate the matter, it explain that whatever the living organisms which are present upon this planet Earth originated from some the non-living matter, that is the earth or the soil, the air, the water, the light. So such a different the 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 matter, the non-living matter have got some active principle. It is because of the presence of the active principle uh, the life was originated upon this planet Earth from some non-living things. It is termed as the theory of abiogenesis. The abiogenesis means what? That is the generation of living organisms from the non-living inanimate matter is known as the theory of abiogenesis. The ancient, the Greek, the philosopher, the Aristotle supported this theory, that is the theory of abiogenesis. Aristotle, Xenophanes, Anaximander, different the Greek philosophers and the thinkers, the Greek thinkers, they propose the theory of abiogenesis. Even it was the Van Helmont who was become successful in giving a great support for the theory of the abiogenesis. Van Helmont took a handful of wheat grains and he put a dirty shirt in it in a closed container, and he was put it in a dark room for about 21 days or some days. He was left it in a dark chamber or the dark room. So he was become able to get a mice after of about the 3 weeks of the time. So this is the great support for the theory of the abiogenesis. The theory of the abiogenesis tells us that life was originated from some the non-living things, that is the soil or the water or the light or any such a the non-living matter. This is about the theory of spontaneous generation. The Greek philosophers in 600 BC, they strongly propose the theory of abiogenesis. Even today we observe that is the formation or the evolution or formation, or in other words, that is the origin of the different the flies and the different the mites, the ants, or in the words some organisms, some mice, or in other words salamander, the frogs, salamanders, usually the origin in in the clay or the soil. This means that this is one of the theory gives us an idea that the life was originated from some non-living matter. It may be the soil, water, or the air, or the fire, So because of the presence of the active principle in all these non-living matter, they have become responsible for the formation of the life. Let's move to discuss another theory, that is the theory of biogenesis. The theory of biogenesis. Theory of biogenesis. Biogenesis. Theory of biogenesis is at another theory. Each and every the theories of the origin of the life have some different the ideas, different aspects, different the postulations. The theory of biogenesis, it tells us that life was originated from some pre-existing life upon this planet Earth. This is nothing but the theory of biogenesis. The theory of biogenesis, that is life from life, or in the words, life begets life. It was the Italian scientist Francisco Redi and the Spallanzani and the French scientist, the Louis Pasteur. They gives us the support, they gives us the evidences in support of the theory of the biogenesis. It was the Italian physician, the Francisco Redi, in the 16th century, in 1688, Francisco Redi, in 1688. He was become able to explain the theory of biogenesis, that is the life was originated from some pre-existing life. In order to explain the theory of biogenesis, he took three glass jars. In these glass jars, he put a rotten meat or a flesh, the meat, and the jar containing the flesh or the meat. He was kept open the first jar, and he was covered the second jar with help of the parchment paper. The paper like this, parchment paper. That means what? When he was covered a second jar containing the flesh or the meat with the parchment paper, it prevents the entry of any of the microorganisms or any flies into the jar. And he was also covered the third jar with the muslin cloth, the muslin cloth, the parchment paper, the muslin cloth. Okay. Number of flies, they entered into the open jar and they sit upon the flesh or a meat, and they laid the eggs. They laid the eggs. These eggs, upon the hatching, the the maggots are formed. So he was observed the formation of the maggots on the surface of the flesh in the first the open jar, but there were no such a maggots were formed on the other two jars. On the other two jars, this the theory, this experiment support the theory of the biogenesis, the biogenesis, and it was at another the Italian physician, the Spallanzani, Spallanzani, the Spallanzani. Spallanzani, who was also supported the theory of biogenesis, who was also conducted an experiment in the 17th century. In the 17th century, who was used the 8 different the glass jars. In all the 8 different glass jars, he was put some the hay infusion. Suppose that this is the glass jar. In this the glass jars, he was placed some hay infusion. Hay infusion. He was corked the first 4 the jars containing a hay infusion, and he was kept uncovered the other next the 4 jars, and after some days, he was become able to observe that the life, that is the microscopic organisms, were formed only in the corked the jars containing the hay infusion, but not in the glass jars containing a hay infusion in other that is the covered, fully airtight covered the airtight glass jars. Okay, this is at another the experimental the evidence which support the theory of biogenesis. In order to explain the theory of biogenesis, biogenesis, other than the Francisco Redi and the Spallanzani, the Louis Pasteur, who was also conducted an experiment in order to support the theory of the biogenesis. The Louis Pasteur was used the round bottomed flask, in which in a round bottomed flask he was taken the broth, or in reverse, which is nothing but the sugar solution with yeast, nothing but the broth. He was boiled it. And the neck of the flask he was extended in such a way that in the form of the S, he made the neck of the round bottomed flask in this form, in this the form, and he left it for about number of days. After some days, he was become able to observe that the no microscopic organisms formed in the round bottomed flask. But when it was broken, the round bottomed flask containing a bar shows the presence of the microorganisms. Microorganisms means what? The microscopic organisms which are present in the air, when the air able to enter into the broken round bottomed flask, the air which becomes responsible for the organisms in the broth of the round bottomed flask. So this is the experiment conducted by the Louis Pasteur in order to support the theory of biogenesis. So these are the different the theories and the hypotheses regarding the origin of the life. The first theory, that is the theory of special creation, the cosmozoic theory, the theory of directed panspermia, the theory of spontaneous generation, the theory of theory of biogenesis. All these different theories have got some demerits or the limitations. Because of the demerits of all these theories are neither accepted by the scientists nor they actually follow the theory. So these theories, as they have got some the limitations or the demerits, these theories they have become failed to explain exactly how and when and where exactly the life was originated. So the other theory, that is the theory of chemical evolution, which the theory of chemical evolution can give us an idea scientifically, the scientific manner, in a scientific way, how exactly the life was originated upon this planet Earth. I shall stop here, and we can get the answer how exactly, where, when, and how exactly the living beings or the life was originated upon this planet Earth. For all different questions, we can get an answer in the theory of the chemical evolution. That is the chemical theory of the origin of the life. We can discuss the same in another the video class. I stop here. Thanks for watching this the video class regarding the origin of the life. Thank you.